as always, I want to make sure that our mission is loud and clear and in front of everybody. The reason that we're here is to increase farm profitability. Everything that we do ties to that mission. And we really appreciate you joining us on that path. So I came across this quote recently. It was a Mark Twain quote. I had to look it up and see where it came from. But the two most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. And this landed with me. I think it's great. And I've got just kind of a funny story about it as we go. And I don't know if that officially applies to organizations or not, but I have a hunch that maybe it does. And so we celebrated our 25th anniversary this year as an organization. And a funny parallel is that the experts say, as children, their brains aren't fully developed until they're about 25, which I can tell you for myself that was probably true. We're kind of in that season with our own kids right now, and now I really firmly believe it. So now can that apply to an organization? Interesting. I feel like we've gained a lot of clarity the last few years. And that's really helped propel and compound the work that we're doing. And I think you can see it in this room and in the quality of the content in front of you. So I think really kind of returning back to that clarity of mission, we're here to increase farm profitability, has been kind of the theme of what we've done lately. So. Just a few highlights that I wanted to highlight was we threw a great event this summer. I know a lot of you were there, and if not, you saw the video. It was a lot of fun. Had a chance for lots of pats on the backs. Also, we're able to pull out some interesting stories from the early days, which we may have to send a couple people over to Vance to record interviews after that. But that was a great hit. We also delivered a new product for the first time this year, and that's sitting on your tables. I hope you all have had a chance to look through our printed annual report book. This was something that we were a little bit nervous to tackle, but we were able. It came together really smoothly, and through everybody had a hand in building that. So I hope you enjoy it. And at the request of one of our active members, I think this is going to be a good tool to hand out to new members when you talk to them and try to help people wrap their head around what we're doing and why we're doing it. In addition to that, we made a key hire actually at the beginning of the year. I probably should have sandbagged this one to share with you next year, but in January, we hired the former director of the Papa John Center at Nyack as our head of platform to focus on building out resources for founders and a network where founders can learn from each other. So we're calling that the head of platform. It's a new hire for us, part-time position, but a perfect match with Tim Putnam joining the team. And then the final thing that I'm sure many of you were happy about is that we sent out our first distribution from a Countryside Angels investment. So that happened just a couple weeks ago. We briefly thought about throwing some confetti in the envelope that we mailed the checks in, but I wasn't sure who all would want to vacuum that up. So thankfully they talked me out of it. So those are some of the fun things that we've accomplished over the last year. It's not always fun though. I like to share some of the challenges as well. One of the big challenges, and I think this is really underrated, and honestly, Vance hit on it a little bit in his talk, is this war for attention. And I never thought that we at Ag Ventures Alliance would be competing with Facebook or TikTok or YouTube or the nonprofits that you like to donate to. But it turns out, I think all of us are trying to compete for a limited amount of bandwidth that you have. You can only process so many emails in a day. We haven't started texting you yet. And it's really hard to capture the attention of everyone. Even each of you who have, I'm sure, a great intent to be involved in this mission to increase farm profitability and have been active for years, it is still hard to capture attention and do that when the time is right, so that you can get this on your calendar and you can make the trip. That job is getting harder, and I think that's honestly one of the biggest threats that we face today. Now, what we're doing about that is we're going to try to make really meaningful, valuable, in real life connections, and that starts with our first event that we held last night as a pre-event to this meeting, and with this meeting, and we'll continue to do a few more. Other big challenge was that we wound down Stover Ventures at the end of the year. This was a big effort, took a lot of time, and we just were never able to really get it off the starting line. Also this is kind of back to the value-added infrastructure type projects. So it was sad to do that, but it was the right time. This is the team. Thanks to Mark earlier for recognizing everyone on our team, but this is the team that's helping accomplish the accomplishments and power through those challenges. So thank you to all of the team members here. Quick reminder, these are the three main things that we do to drive value to our members. We're making investments as an organization in all the companies that you've seen today. We offer our Countryside Angels program that allows you to make your own investments in the companies and the future you believe in. And we offer the Ag Launch Farm Trials that allows you to work with innovative startups and actually earn equity through trial work. So find us if you want to talk any more about those. We'd love to share it. This year I'm going to spend just a little bit more time talking about some of the investments again. Want to just share some of our big, our bragging statistics here. So this, in 2023, we crossed over $10 million in balance sheet equity for Ag Ventures Alliance. I will warn you, don't get distracted. We're just starting to compound this right now. So if we want to make some differences, I think the best is yet to come. Would also say that $10 million in equity doesn't reflect market values, and I expect that it's probably more like 20 to 30 million, thanks to the hard work of our founders that we've backed. Crossed over 50 companies that we've invested in, have had 8 exits over the years, and these startups have hired over 420 full-time employees. I'd like to take credit for that in all for ourselves and in rural areas, but I think that'd be a bit of an exaggeration, but nonetheless, it's valuable. The companies have raised over $270 million and have over $57 million in revenue. That number increased about 50% from last year, so we're excited to see some of these things. And this year we started using a new tool. Jordan set this up, and it gave us kind of a new way to look at our portfolio. We put each company into a category, and so our categories are ag bio, ag robotics, agribusiness marketplaces, bioenergy and materials, farm management software, sensing and IoT, and novel farming systems. And when we first looked at this, the 3 big categories, we kind of expected those. That's kind of about what we thought. But then the smaller categories, we were looking at that, and like my initial reaction was, oh, we're light in these areas. Maybe we should be making more investments in those categories. So we looked at them, and I'll use bioenergy and biomaterials as an example quick. And it just didn't feel right to me. I was like, I don't know if we see our best opportunities there today. And so then we looked at write-offs. And I think the gut feel there may have been right. 50% of our write-offs have been bioenergy and biomaterials. So, okay, maybe we want to keep that slice of the pie about where it is. Maybe it actually goes down. We'll see. And then the next natural question is, okay, so what slice of the pie do we want to be bigger? And so we looked at where our exits came from. Okay, looks like farm management software at sensing and IoT, that's been pretty solid. Ag robotics and equipment, pretty solid. Okay, those are two big slices of our portfolio. I think I like the looks of that. So adding some, we've kind of grown up and matured a little bit, and we've got a little bit of different insight that we've never had before, and some of it's just thanks to eating our own dog food and using some of the technology that we support. So other quick stats here. We've got 72 Angel Network members. About 50 of them have invested in different startups. That's across 11 companies that our angel investors have invested in for an average of $158,000 per company and over $1.7 million invested by all of you. So we're looking to continue growing that and continue putting great opportunities in front of you. We also looked at it by stage, and it turns out our angels have access to a lot of later stage deals than you'd normally see in an angel network, and so we found that interesting. Now, looking ahead, just want to make a couple of announcements here. We've worked hard to take a look at that Countryside Angels program. We're trying to reduce friction and increase member experience so that can be a smoother process. And one of the things that we're going to do is swap out the 2% per year management fee that we've been charging for a flat $7,000 fee. That's more cost effective for you as members for everything except for the very smallest deal where it's even. So I think that's a good deal, also a little easier to understand and reduces friction. So that's a change that we're going to make going forward here. This year with the farm trials, we're really focused on delivering quality trials and feedback back to the startups over growing that trial program dramatically. Though we do have a couple cool opportunities that are good trials to get started with if anybody has an interest in trying that for the first time. And finally, we want to continue building member value, and we need feedback from you. So please reach out to us. Please come talk to us and tell us how we can do that. Tell us what we're missing. So I am going to wrap, and I'm going to hand this off to Dan Helgeson from RDP from here to give an update on what they've been up to, and really just thankful to all of you for joining this farmer-driven innovation movement, and let's see how fast we can crank it.